So season 1 of It, Welcome to Derry, is all done, and I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of It, and I've never really read the books, but I did enjoy the remakes, well, at least the first remake. I love Bill Skarsgård's performance as Pennywise, and I was super happy to see that he was coming back for this show, though I low-key thought it was just going to be a cash grab for him because he's kind of moved on to better and bigger things than this franchise. Boy, he really showed up for this, and he put his best performance out there, and it's very clear that he's been, and even though there's only been 2 actors, he is by far the best Pennywise actor and best Pennywise out of anything we've seen out of media. He's established it, and I just love him a lot more now. Unlike most of my reviews, I'll be talking a little bit about spoilers, and I won't actually give this season a rating because I believe a whole series is a story, and so you only rate something when the story's finished. So when the show is over, I'll give it a rating. But right now, it's on track to get like an 8, 8.5 out of 10. It's a very solid show. It does have some weaknesses, but I think the show can get better, though it can get worse with some stuff that I'm going to bring up, like the issues I had at least. I do have to say that Welcome to Derry had a rough start, at least up to the last 5 minutes. Like, I thought the first episode was pretty slow. The acting and kids at that point were pretty bad. Like, I wasn't interested in the kids or the story they had going on in the first part of the first episode. But the last 5 minutes, oh my gosh, I don't think I've ever seen something like that before out of any show. Because killing off all those kids in the way that they did, completely crazy kills, nothing like we've seen from the It movies. It just completely shook me up for the whole night, and I honestly couldn't go to sleep for a little bit after the show, because I kind of just watch it late at night and go to bed. Boy, it really changed my mind, because I was like, oh, this show's rough. It's probably going to be just an okay show. It's going to have maybe some good moments, but that last 5 minutes of the first episode really set up this show well and made me very excited for the rest of the season. That being said, the kills in the show were very impressive, and the show did a good job of introducing new ways Pennywise kills people and gets in people's heads. Like, I think it was very creative and wasn't unrealistic. It didn't go too far away from the remake movies because it's made by the same guy. So I can't quote anything from the book or the original movie because I just haven't seen them or read them, but it's very realistic to what It 2018, 2017, and It 2019 was, or 2020, whatever, the remakes. It's very realistic to that Pennywise. I'm really glad that the creator of this show was the guy who made the remakes. Like, it's very clear that he really likes this universe and understands Stephen King's message and tones of the book. He's also made some great changes to make from the book to the movie and show to make it better for media and better, honestly, probably overall, in my opinion. I know I've never read the book, but like from what I've heard from the book, the movies in this show are very, very good. Changing a certain theme between the kids and the sewers after they defeat Pennywise honestly was a great thing, and I just don't get how people don't think that Stephen King's a creep, because he definitely is, because what kind of person would write that? So I'm glad this guy, he's changed that stuff up and has made some really good movies and show now. I did like how the show explored the lore of Pennywise a lot, like how he how he did start off, but also how he became Pennywise. I thought was very interesting. But I kind of wish they didn't explore too much, and they kind of did a little bit towards the end, and also it kind of looks like they're going to explore even more about the lore of Pennywise, and I just don't think that's a good idea. What makes Pennywise great and scary is that you don't really know much about him, and you rarely see him. But when you do, it's scary. He's really scary. He's very well acted. Bill Skarsgård carries the character. But all I'm scared is going to happen is that Pennywise, we're going to see him all the time. We're going to see all of his lore. We're going to know every aspect about him, which we shouldn't. I don't know how it is in the books, but in the movies, it was great because we didn't know every aspect about him. And so Pennywise is going to end up losing his fear factor to the audience because of how much he's exposed to us. This show's overall is really, really solid, and the last 4 episodes were amazing. Like, very, very good TV episodes. But there were a lot of cringy moments throughout this show. Like the Native American flashback, some of the lines, the acting from the kids, and the true mission of the general, and many more aspects of the show. It just was cringy. It was cringy. It's not Stranger Things cringy, but it's up there, and you kind of expect more from HBO. Also, can movies and shows stop making the military the stupidest people in the whole world? Like, this is post-World War II America. The military was the strongest and smartest in the whole world at the time, and it still very much is. Like, yes, there are a lot of dumb people in the military who have bad motives, and I'm not a military glazer, but there's a reason why the U.S. military has done well for so long, and they are still very strong now. is because they prepare themselves and they don't do stupid stuff. They don't rush into things, like going to a sewer with 4 guys and then let the Native American kid go home after he escapes from them, and they just don't try to get him again. Like, what? Stranger Things is suffering from that again. There was a really stupid military scene at the last episode of this recent part 1, I guess, of the last season, but they also had it in the previous seasons before it. It's just, you're telling me the military can't do anything, but these group of kids is able to defeat Pennywise or able to defeat a Demogorgon? Like, what? It doesn't make any sense. Just don't introduce the military if you're just trying to show how powerful these things are, because I'm sorry, a fully prepared military, whether that's Air Force, Special Forces, Army, Marines, Navy, whatever you want it, is going to be able to defeat something that 4 kids or 10 kids are able to defeat. It's just, there's no way around it. I do have to say, I didn't like this group of kids as much as the Loser Club kids in the remake, and I think that's kind of how everyone feels after watching this season. Like, I still like them, and they were solid people that I cared for, but the Loser Club kids in the remake, they were just better developed characters. They had better actors, like big names for the acting at that time. Like, those actors all did something before, and you could recognize their faces. And overall, just better performances. Like I just said earlier, like, I thought this group was good. I liked them, but there was just a lot of overacting from all of them at one point or another. But I'm still connected to these kids. Like, when Richie died, I was super emotional, and I was upset. I couldn't believe the way he died, and I thought a couple of them would die to Pennywise, because I didn't think they were going to try to connect everything, but that's a whole nother topic. And Richie running across the ice and flipping off Pennywise has to be one of the greatest things I've seen out of a Stephen King movie or show. It's just great. I loved it. Even though I think those kids weren't that great of actors, there were moments that they killed it and really got their characters down well. I think I'm just being a little too harsh, because when it comes to acting and scripts, I just expect a lot more from HBO. So I guess I am just being harsh, but I don't know. HBO has made some iffy stuff recently, especially with House of the Dragon, where there was a lot of bad acting and script writing. So I guess it's just a common trend now that Netflix is trying to buy them, or maybe Paramount. We'll see where it goes. I'm also not the biggest fan of connecting the It books and the other It media, I guess, to the other Stephen King's works, like The Shining. Like, just make them their own thing. Like, it's okay. You don't need to connect them. It's fine. You don't need to do it. Why are you doing this? Stop. Apparently, some people also think this is connected to The Mist as well, which I don't really see how, but I've seen that on the internet, and I haven't really done much research because I think that's kind of dumb. But don't need to connect it to The Mist either. There's no need. I also don't like the time travel aspect of Pennywise, like they kind of mentioned towards the end. Like, I get they're trying to go 27 years earlier, because they're going to explore another Pennywise idea, and I always knew they were going to go 27 years earlier, 27 years earlier, 27 years earlier, like keep going. I'm a fan of that, but I thought they were just going to make like one group of kids, maybe they all die, or maybe 1 or 2 lives, and they leave Derry and forget about Derry, because that's what happens when you leave Derry. Like, that makes sense, but it seems like they're connecting everything, and Pennywise wants to go back in the past to kill someone so their grandchild or their great-grandchild isn't able to kill him. Like, what? You just lived that. Like, I get he's technically a god, which is kind of stupid that he mentioned that he was a god. Like, I know that's how it is in the lore, but he doesn't need to say it. It's fine. You didn't really mention it in the first remakes movies. I just think it's dumb. Like, I don't like time travel in movies or media. Like, the time travel can lead to a lot of plot holes, which this show has already created, by the way. And it's also a lazy way for directors and producers to get themselves out of messes that they already created. You see the Avengers and other media, they're doing time travel or other stuff just to get around messes or restart something without really fully restarting it. It won in part 2, the remakes, there is no plot holes. It's fine. It's a story based off a book. You making a sequel? That's cool. That's going to create plot holes if you allow it to create plot holes, and you allowed it and you created them yourselves. Like, I don't like plot holes. It just doesn't make any sense. You could have avoided them, and they're going for it. Like, one big thing, really towards the end, and people were making rumors about it because, Richie died, so Marge could name her son after Richie, which, makes sense. But guess what? Marge's son is Richie from the original. Oh, and Leroy, he's the grandfather, which I heard rumors that was true, and now it's definitely true. And I'm like, what? Like, why did you do that? Like, wouldn't they tell their child or grandchild that Pennywise is around and you should be worried, or hey, don't go in the sewers, Pennywise is there. And do not give me the excuse, oh, well, maybe they didn't know their child or grandchild was fighting Pennywise or seeing Pennywise. Let's just not ignore the fact that Marge and Leroy literally fought Pennywise and tried to kill him and contained him, and they all just swore an oath to watch over Derry and make sure Pennywise doesn't escape. So obviously they would say something to their family when it's been 27 years since this moment. Like, of course they would. Why wouldn't they? See, those are the issues that happen when you try too hard to connect a sequel to the original when it doesn't need to be connected. Like, just make it own thing. Like, yes, same universe. Don't need to connect them. Not at all. Overall, this is a very solid season that was very much carried by Bill Skarsgård and the creator of this show. He definitely loves this universe and he's passionate about it, and I love seeing passionate people work on something they're very passionate about. I'm really excited for the second season, but I'm still worried that it could go bad, but I still got a lot of hope. This has been a great show. I definitely recommend it to if you're an It fan, if you're a Stephen King fan, and if you're down for a scary show, because it's scary throughout the whole thing. It does really good, making you anxious and just scared. And the performances from Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise is amazing. And down for another great performance, watch the show. So what do you guys think of It, Welcome to Derry? Comment below your thoughts. Thanks again for watching. Please subscribe and leave a like. Goodbye, y'all.